Thank you very much. Doctor, I want to thank you for those kind words, and I hope they're recorded. My wife would not believe them. I'm truly honored by this in so many ways, to be in the presence of people like Dr. Lodish and his great achievements and so many others as well. I want to commend the work of your board chair, former House member John Porter, who's with us tonight, as well as your president, Mary Woolley, and so many others. Go ahead. No, Senator Burr just preceded me. I'm honored to work with Richard on so many issues, especially those that affect medical research. And now more than ever, we need bipartisan approaches to a whole range of issues. You may have read about this, about some of our challenges, and not the least of which is medical research. And for as much as we have in the way of agreement on how important this is for our country, for our children, for our future, and in a very direct way for our economy, getting bipartisan agreements is one thing. Having action and funding and investment is another, and we've got a ways to go. But I know that Secretary Sebelius is with us tonight. I'm so honored to be with her. I can't see her because of the lights, but I did see her earlier. Dr. Collins is with us as well from NIH. We're honored to be in his presence tonight. Let me just say, and when I said I'm humbled by this, I mean that. I know it's kind of a line that people use upon the receipt of any award, any commendation. But I mean it in this way. Anyone who's an elected official will tell you we have some challenging days and we work hard, and that's all to be expected. But we don't do the work that some people in this audience, most of this audience does, on a daily basis, kind of laboring in the vineyard, if I can use a phrase from the scriptures, in medical research. The painstaking research that's done not just over years, but sometimes over decades, that leads to one breakthrough that might lead to something else that cures the disease. The medical struggles that folks have, folks in this room have dedicated their lives to this. In so many ways, as you're working in those vineyards, you develop the foundation for what becomes legislative action to invest in NIH, to invest in medical research, and to bring some measure of hope to people across this country and across the world. This whole opportunity, really, but it's also now a challenge, is really under siege to a certain extent. We're not growing the budget of NIH at anywhere near the pace that we should. The funding levels are not what they ought to be, and we're losing our edge in so many ways. And that's just, I think, the plain facts. We have to do a lot more on the legislative end, on the end where public officials work to meet these demands and to lead the world again. We have so many advantages, but I think we've lost a good bit of that edge. I know what this means for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We happen to be number 4 in terms of the dollar amount of being the recipients of NIH funding, to the tune of more than $1.4 billion. And I like to say for our state, and I think this applies to any state, it's about healing and hope and medical breakthroughs and also high-paying jobs. This is a dynamic and substantial part of the economy of our Commonwealth and our country. And I feel not just honored to be here tonight, I also feel a sense of obligation to leave here tonight and to continue the work that I'm doing and so many others. But we have a tough battle ahead, and we're going to need to continue to enlist your support to tell the stories, like just the one I heard backstage from Dr. Lodish about his own family, to tell those stories, to make it manifest or evident, to personify what this means to the life of an individual, especially our children, to the life of a family, and really to the life of our country. And I have no doubt at all, that if we stay focused, we set forth achievable goals and continue the investments, that we can bring the bright light of medical breakthroughs and cures for disease. We can bring that bright light to so many more families across our nation. But we've got a challenge ahead of us, And I'm so grateful that you're giving me this opportunity tonight to share some words with you, but really to use this night as yet another springboard for more success and more focus on medical research. Thank you for your work, and God bless you.